Hi everyone, my name is Esther Clemento Cheme. I make Christian videos. I'm here today to talk to us about God's interruption. You know, in life, many of us will go through the interruption of God. God always interrupts us with a better purpose. Look at the life of Mary, the mother of Jesus. She was married to Joseph and thinking like every other woman how to be taking care of her husband and planning to have children with her husband. But the Holy Spirit interrupted her. The next thing she only saw was an angel. An angel came and then ministered to her what God's plan was. Mary was a smart woman of God, a woman that really loved God. Mary accepts the call of the Holy Spirit in her life, and then Mary was overshadowed by God, and that is how we came to have Jesus in our lives. You know, when God interrupts you for a better purpose, for a better plan. His plans are always greater and bigger than our plans. So most of us go through marriage interruption as well. Divorce came, a very ugly divorce and public divorce. Our heart was shattered and broken. We think, oh, God don't just want us to be married. No, God's interruptions are always bigger than any other thing that we have in mind or any other thing we are expecting. Just as I make an example with the birth of Christ. See what the birth of Christ did for the whole world. Just because of God interrupted Mary's and Joseph's marriage. They embraced the interruption. They, 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 they placed their focus on the things and the promises of God. You know, when God interrupts anything that we're doing in our lives, we have to like shape our focus into the promise of God. What did God promise you? That is what you held on to during the interruption of God. Mary held on to the promises of God during her interruption, and she gave birth to Jesus Christ, which is our Emmanuel. God is with us. So, in life, whatsoever we're doing, when interruption comes, we need to know that sometimes most of the interruptions they come from God. Me, I used to take notice of interruption when it's so heavy and so great. I know this one is coming right away from God. I know this is from you, my Father. I looked towards heaven and said, I know this is from you, God. This can only be from you. You know. So let's learn how to to embrace God's interruption, shaping our focus into the promises of God. You know, during when we're going through interruption in our life, is holding on to the promises of God that can only help us, you know, to remain in the presence of God. You know, I have a very lovely friend, a great man of God that love the Lord. His life has been a great inspiration to me. You know, he was so vulnerable to me. He told me about his birth, how his mother doesn't want him. And his grandmother took him and raised him to some age, and his father came and took him away. Today, this brother that I'm telling you about, he takes care of his mother and all his siblings. He's building presently for his mother. You know, this same brother went through a very ugly and public divorce that broke his heart. His wife cheated during his marriage and have a baby. Even when he came to know that the baby was not his own, he still paid child support till today that I'm talking to you, to this child. He used to tell me, the child is innocent of the whole thing. What a man of God. What a great man of God. You know, did you know what I learned from the life of that brother? Is we get to be Jesus with the skin on. That is the life that we should be living as a Christian. Embracing any any distraction or any interruption that comes from God. It brings great honor. It brings great blessing in our lives. You know, we might feel the pain and the weight of it. It doesn't stop God from doing something great. The interruption of Mary's marriage bring the birth of Jesus Christ that saved the whole world. What is that interruption that you're going through today from God? It might be major, it might be very great, but it's going to bring great blessing and great upliftment in your life that will shock you and shock the whole world. Let's just keep shaping our focus into the things of God. What did God promise you? Held on to the promises of God during the interruption of God. It will bring you great joy, great honor, and great fulfillment. I love you so much. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. And may the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. God bless you. Bye.